welcome all of the scouts and all the parents, as well as the parent and leader. We do have 3 guests. Matt Abe has come over. He is the troop master for Troop 570. And he has brought his scouts Arthur, who is an assistant senior patrol leader, as well as Matthew. And they're going to help us out with our Arrow of Light ceremony. So give them a big round of applause and thank them for being here. We appreciate it. Up first, as usual, we're going to start off with our flag ceremony. So I'm going to turn it over to our scouts for that.
This is so scary. I'm freezing out. What? I'm freezing out. Yeah. No, not like cold, but I'm like scared.
Yep. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please join me in letting Scout open law. On my honor,
I will do my best to do my duty, the God of my country, to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight.
Scout is
Trustworthy, loyal, helpful,
friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent.
All right, thank you very much. So welcome, welcome. This is rather a big night for me. I've been Cub Master with our pack for a few years now. I've done a few Arrow Light ceremonies and crossing overs, but this is the first time that I have scouts that I have seen from the beginning of their journey until now, including my one and only son. Well, not my one and only son, I have 2 sorry. Including my son. And so it's rather a special occasion for me. As I was preparing for tonight's, I started thinking back on where we've all come from, and every now and then my Facebook feed pops up, here's what you did back 5 years ago. And it's 2015 when some of you started on this journey, and it's been quite amazing. We've done some really fun things as we went along the way. We started off with some real small adventures, such as going on fishing trips down the dock right down there, going to the fire station, the police station, and then we started to build up a little bit more. Some of us went to the summer camp at Camp Kiwanis and made some really great memories there. We also moved on to Camp Filippo one summer and got a lot of leg work in there, long distance walk around there. We had some pack campouts as well. We had some of the most deluxe pack campouts you'll ever see, in that one gigantic cabin with the showers for everyone, and everyone had their own individual bunks and beds and spaces, and that was a pretty sweet deal. Camp Takawa. And then we also had some pack campouts in some less deluxe cabins, with the rattly heater going off all through the nights. And some of us even braved the cold and stayed overnights in below freezing weather. So some big campouts we've done. We've done overnights at Sequest, we've done overnights at the Minnesota Zoo. Of course, we have the Pinewood Derby every single year. Minnow racing is kind of a new thing that our pack has started. It's been kind of fun. Brian has led us on some great journeys. He's taken us ice fishing twice out there on the lake right there. So it's pretty nice and pretty special that we're able to have this here. I know it's cold and it wasn't our first choice, but it's actually kind of a magical choice for us because we have quite a few of our memories that took place right here. Including the Pinewood Derby and ice fishing and things like that. I also took us on the Boundary Waters trip, which is by far one of the biggest adventures that I've ever undertaken. So that was really special, really magical. I know Jackson still keeps talking about that, and talking about that's one of the trips he'd like to go on again sometime. So hopefully, Scouts, you can help arrange that for these guys. We've been able to be in parades. My lifelong dream, I've always wanted to be in a parade, and so we got to go to a parade together. So we've had some really great magical experiences, and we are here to celebrate kind of the overall culmination of all those experiences, and to move on with your awards that you have, and also accept your crossing over into the troop. So it's with great pride and a little bit of a tear that we share our accomplishments tonight. Before we move on to the official Arrow of Light ceremony, we do have some last minute awards. We typically like to give these out before we have the ceremony, but because of wild and crazy year, we have them right now. Jackson Underwood, you've got your Building a Better World adventure, your Duty to God in Action, and your Scouting adventure. So congratulations on that. Give him a little glove applause there. Yeah, we don't have the whole pack here to cheer for, so we have to be our own cheerleading squad here. Tyler, you got your Building a Better World, Duty to God, and Scouting Adventure. Thank you. Oh, your mask. Morgan, you also have your Building a Better World, Duty to God, and Scouting Adventure. Congratulations on that. Jack, Building a Better World, Duty to God, and Scouting Adventure. It's funny how that kids got the same thing kind of all piled together because we have some different ones now. Akach, you have your Adventures in Science Adventure, Building a Better World, Duty to God, and Scouting Adventure. Congratulations on that. Ben, you have your Building a Better World, Duty to God and You, Duty to God in Action, and your Scouting Adventure. And then Jake, you have your Building a Better World, your Duty to God, and your Scouting Adventure as well. Congratulations. Nice work. The last of your little, well, not really little, but your smaller accomplishments, building up to this one great big accomplishment. And with that, I would like to turn over to Act 570 to do our Arrow Light ceremony.
There are some among us worthy of the highest award in Cub Scout, the Arrow of Light. Let's seek them out and bring them forward.
Shall be done. These are the scouts that are worthy of the Arrow of Light. Yes?
Go forth and seek the arrow on the upward trail. 7 candles represent the rays of the sun, rising to illuminate a new day. Just as you are embarking on a new phase in scouting and in life. As they are lit, you will hear how they stand for the 7 great adventures of Cub Scouting.
Lion, the youngest cubs who enter the path, take their first steps here on the Scout Trail. This is where the adventures in scouting begin, and with the heart of a lion, a young scout will search for more. Yes? The Bobcat. All Cub Scouts encounter the tests of the Bobcat. They learn what it means to be a Cub Scout, and they learn the Scout Oath and Scout Law. With the keenness of a Bobcat, they embrace the 3 words and inspire them to meet all of the challenges. Do your best. Tiger. The next step along the trail is spent as a tiger. Their scouts may experience new challenges. They learn new things, and with the here's so the tiger continues with more. Sorry, guys. Wolf. While on the trail of a Cub Scout will next become a wolf. Here they meet the new challenges harder than the tiger test, but with the cleverness of the wolf, they will meet them to continue their journey. Bear. Now that the trail becomes tougher and fainter, as the scout reaches these heights, they become a bear. New experiences and adventures are presented before them. A scout's knowledge grows as their spirit strengthens. It is with the strength and spirit of the bear that prompts them to move onward. Webelos. As they near the summit, a Cub Scout becomes a Weebelo Scout. They begin to experience a deeper understanding of the ways of the Scout. As a Weebelo Scout, they work on specialized activities and explore the deeper meanings behind the Scout Oath and Scout Law. Now at last, you have reached the summit, the high points of this part of the journey.
Let us congratulate these Weebelo Scouts on reaching the Arrow of Light.
Yes.
So if we could please have the Weebelos come in a straight line and face the audience.
As a symbol of your achievements, the arrow has been well chosen. The arrow point must be sharp to pierce the wind. The shaft must be straight to keep it in its true path. The fletching must be strong to guide the arrow to its target. The Arrow of Light badge is the only Cub Scout award that can be worn on the Scout's BSA uniform. It serves as a link between the two programs and points the way toward the new adventures in scouting. It is the first step on the path to Eagle Scout and the highest rank in scouting. Wear it proudly.
7 adventures of Cub Scouting, 7 rays creating an arrow of life. You will find that if you live by the virtues of the Scout Oath and Law, they will guide you to happiness and success throughout your life.
These scouts have not made this journey alone. Many have aided them in their cause. Parents who have stood by them, please come forward and stand behind them now.
You get one good picture, guys. Switch down in front.
All right, you're not socially distanced, so don't breathe.
Smile.
Yeah, smile.
With your eyes.
All right, good one. When we do just a little logistics, when we do the crossover, can we please start on this side and go this way? Because we got the neckerchiefs all laid out.
So, you done? Yeah, okay. Scouts and parents, you can meet over here on this side of the bridge. Turn it over, so you're all going to be crossing the bridge. And kind of go in alphabetical order. You can figure that out. You check, Jackson, you're going to go after the top. Scouts, you go to the end. And parents come over and join your scouts too. You're going to cross over this precarious bridge together.
And we're in front of them. And you're behind.
Arrow of lights.
Starting in front.
Put it in your pocket or hand it to your adult guardian.
One other thing, if this had not been a pandemic year, we'd actually be tying the neckerchief around your scout's neck. It's so cold out. We're just going to give them a Ziploc bag that has all the accoutrements in it. All right, so it's not for lack of respect, but it's just to kind of keep everybody a little bit warmer. All right. Okay. Thank you.
Before we begin our official crossing over ceremony, I do have one more thing I'd like to add. And that is, we have had a fantastic den leader leading us. Give a big round of applause. So Brian and I actually started this journey together. He and I kind of started off as the lion den leaders for our scouts. And we were the tiger den leaders together. And then I left him in the wind to move on to bigger and better things. I moved on to as pack leader, and then I also had a younger son join the pack that I ended up having den leader for him. So I really appreciate, Brian, that you kind of took this leap of faith. I know when we first started this journey, we were both a little nervous about the whole thing and how it's all going to go. But I think that you have done a fantastic job and really taking our scouts on some amazing adventures. As a token of appreciation, the scouts all got together and put some money together. And we had ordered you, I started to figure out, what do we get for Ryan? Is he a plaque sort of guy? No, he's an adventure sort of guy. So we ended up getting you a customized pocket knife with the Boy Scouts of America emblem on it, the Cub Scouts of America emblem on it. Unfortunately, apparently customization takes a little bit longer in times of COVID than it does in real life, so we don't have it. So I ended up spending way too much time building you this little mock-up. So
Thank
you
you.
get a real one, you don't have to hold on to that for now.
That's very impressive.
So really, from the bottom of my heart, Brian, it's been a really fun adventure doing all this with you, and I really appreciate everything you've done for our scouts and for us and this movement.
Thank you. They've been a great group.
All right. Tonight, we have Cub Scouts who will embark on a new adventure in scouting. During the years, you and your sons have been Cub Scouting. You've been in Cub Scouting. You have numerous opportunities to work together with your son along the trail. Your boys have reached the age to enter Boy Scouting, or Scouts BSA. I'm sure you and your sons will find the same satisfaction that you found in Cub Scouting. As a symbol of the growth of your sons and their interest in the Scouts BSA, I will ask that you lead them before me and prepare to guide them across the bridge into Scouts BSA when I obtain permission for your sons to enter the council camp. You'll be led over one by one. We'll stop in the middle and I'll take a picture, and I'll send those pictures after all of you.
Just take mine.
Sure. Hello, Scouts of Troop 570.
All right.
Hello, Cub Scouts of Michaela. What do you desire?
I have Cub Scouts of Michaela's Council Ring who have prepared themselves for entrance into the Council Ring of Troop 570. Who are all wear the Cub Scouting's highest award, the Arrow of Light.
Bring them forward to the bridge that joins our council ring.
Boys, it has been a sincere pleasure knowing and working with you. In a few moments, you will no longer be Eagle Scouts. I hope that the desire, eagerness, interest, and free spirit you have shown in Cub Scouting carries over into your families, church, schoolroom, circle of friends, and everything that you do in your lives. The trail to Eagle still lies ahead of you. It takes a strong desire, a willingness to sacrifice, and a lot of guts sprinkled with a lot of love to make it. So this is just the starting point. Keep the fire going and desire within you. And from this base camp, may your travels be onward and upward, and may you have a marvelous journey towards being a successful, active, contributing citizen in the community. Boys, you have contributed much to your den and pack, and we shall miss you and your parents. You leave us to enter the scout troop of your choice. Therefore, I'm sure you'll continue to grow in your scouting skills and friendships. Now that you are leaving our pack in Cub Scouts,